Well, good afternoon, Tom.
Good afternoon.
Welcome to my home studio. We are continuing this tradition of speaking to drummers as we approach the Roy Haynes concert.
Mm-hmm.
And so we selected you as one of the bright stars in the Pittsburgh drum world to talk with us about your history and your involvement as a drummer, and how did you get there?
Okay.
So, where are you from?
Well, I was born and raised in Sewickley, Pennsylvania, which is about 20 minutes north, right off Route 65.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm familiar with the area.
Yes.
Nice town.
It's
nice town.
It's a very scenic place.
Yeah. Yeah. So, how long have you been involved with the drums?
Well, I started playing when I was about 11 years old.
That was about, what, 5 years ago?
It seems like it. It's been a little bit longer than that,
Mm-hmm.
but it seems like it's only been about 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I started when I was about 11. I joined the elementary school band when I was in 4th grade,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been trying to get it right ever since.
So, what brought you in the 4th grade to playing drums?
Well, unfortunately, I guess you could say, I'm a member of what some people call the MTV generation. And a lot of my first real experiences, I guess you could say, with music were from watching things like MTV and VH1 when I was growing up.
Okay.
Fortunately for me, both of my parents are musical, and they both love music. So I did hear good music when I was younger. My mom loves classical music and Motown, and my dad likes jazz. So I did hear good music, but you know, when you're younger, a lot of times, you know, what your parents are into is, you know, you're trying not to really try not to be too involved in that. So for me, a lot of my real introduction to music came in the form, unfortunately, of watching things like MTV and VH1. So that's kind of how I became interested in the drums. You know, I always loved music, but when I started seeing, you know, drumming is very visual, and we're very visual people, so I was sort of drawn to it from that, I think, initially.
Okay.
You know.
and you weren't discouraged by the Lester Young experience. You know, Lester used to play drums.
Oh, yes. No, I was never. I know what you're talking about. And, you know, I've always been sort of shy, so, you know, I was perfectly okay with having to stay late and pack up my drums and not necessarily get to talk to too many people. No, I wasn't discouraged by that.
All right. So, so now, the MTV world was maybe a more pop culture.
Oh, totally.
Drumming.
Totally.
And style. So, when did the jazz drum come into play?
Well, as fate would have it, I was lucky. After I started playing the drums, I was into that kind of music for, I would say, almost a year. And one day I was homesick from school. And usually when I was homesick from school, TV was a no-no. I could not watch television. But for some reason, I think I was really sick this time. I wasn't faking it, you know, so I was really not feeling too well. And my mom let me turn the TV on for a while, and I was flipping the channels around, and on PBS that afternoon, there was a Dorsey Brothers tribute program on. Tommy and Jimmy Dorsey had like a reunion of, you know, their big band, and the last guest that they had was Buddy Rich. And Buddy Rich came out and played Hawaiian War Chant, which was his feature when he played with Tommy Dorsey's band in the 40s. And I had never seen anybody play the drums like that. And it was really, really, really eye-opening. And I had heard that kind of music before, but seeing it was what really made the impression on me. That was the first way I came to the music. The second way...
What grade were you in school at this time?
Well, let's see. At that time, I was probably in 5th grade. This was about a year after I started playing the drums. Now I have a younger sister who at the time was still watching children's programming like Sesame Street. And one day she was watching that and Max Roach was a guest on Sesame Street.
Boom.
Yes, indeed. And he was playing wire brushes. I remember he had a yellow drum set and he was playing wire brushes and he was tap dancing. And he was showing kids the relationship between rhythm and dancing and music. And that completely, that was it. You know, that kind of sealed the deal, as they say. So
so
from there forward, that kind of music sort of became my focus. So
you've been practicing your tap dance. And,
I'm well, very slowly. I'm trying to get that together. I'm not much of a dancer.